So recently Siddhant, founder of Snitch, posted a Instagram post saying कि we did 1000 crore and उन्होंने अपने एक brainstorming board को वहाँ पे share किया था। उस brainstorming board के अंदर एक बहुत interesting insight थी। वहाँ पे लिखा था we have to launch 100 Snitch store in India in this financial year if you want to do 1000 crore of revenue, because we have worked with brands like Lenskart, Highlander, TIGC. They are the brands which are putting a lot of money online. Last week I was in Bangalore and मैंने 5 ऐसे brands को visit किया which I want to see is the narrative is actually true or not. इंडिया में D2C ब्रांड स्टार्ट करना इज अ टास्क। स्टार्ट करने के बाद 0 से 50 लाख पर मंथ का रेवेन्यू, 50 लाख से 5 करोड़, 5 करोड़ से 10 करोड़, हर एक बड़े स्टेप के अंदर बहुत सारी स्ट्रैटेजीज और बहुत सारी चीजें अलाइन होनी पड़ती है। मगर 10 करोड़ से आगे अगर जाना है, there is a one very strong factor that you have to incorporate, that is offline store and offline experiences. And a lot of our brands have been very aggressive about it. And recently one of our India brands, Snitch, did a 1000 crore of revenue from his own ecosystem, and offline store plays a very crucial role in that. I'll tell you why. So recently Siddhant, founder of Snitch, posted a Instagram post saying कि we did 1000 crore and उन्होंने अपने एक brainstorming board को वहाँ पे share किया था। उस brainstorming board के अंदर एक बहुत interesting insight थी। वहाँ पे लिखा था we have to launch 100 Snitch store in India in this financial year if you want to do 1000 crore of revenue. And this is that one point we should be highly emphasized about. Why? Because they knew without offline stores that 1000 crore would not have been achieved. And this is that one point that nobody is talking about. So I'll tell you from my experience how adding a store to a brand's ecosystem plays an extremely important role, because we have worked with brands like Lenskart, Highlander, TIGC. They are the brands which are putting a lot of money online but also have offline stores. And on the top of it, last week I was in Bangalore and मैंने 5 ऐसे brands को visit किया which I want to see is the narrative is actually true or not. The 5 brands were Bonker, Comet, Adidas, Bewakoof, Snitch. And 5 brands का बहुत interesting narrative था. So let's talk about Bonkers first. When I entered a Bonkers store, first thing was the vibe over there. It was very trending, very classy. The people that were also there, the customers, were also looking like a streetwear product. In the background, they were running a Shark Tank ad on the reception, so everybody keeps on remembering that they went to Shark Tank India. And the narrative that I had in my mind, they had a great job, 5 on 5, whether it was the team that was there, whether it was the ambience, whether it was the product. Great work done by Bonkers, and I have a more strong belief of what Bonkers want to portray in terms of the narrative. Second brand, Bewakoof. Bewakoof is actually the least amongst the all. What I had in the mind for Bewakoof was they do a very good pop culture, very good t-shirts, very good designs, which were actually there, but it was highly discounted. The moment I entered, the salesman was talking to me about discount, and it was not a great experience, honestly. The store looks very good, but again, the people that I was interacting to was not that great. Secondly, they were talking more about discount and more about products, more about new arrivals. That was a little weird for me. Third, Adidas. Now, Adidas was actually very good. So one good strategy was they had a collaboration with Ranveer Singh. So when I was at Brigade Road, I decided that I'll be going to Adidas just to see that Ranveer Singh collection, which increased the footfall. Now the moment I entered, the way they marketed that entire collection, that vibe was there. 100% it was there. And I also ended up buying that shoe. Again, a very good experience. Fourth, Comet. They perform above the benchmark. The store looked ultra premium. It was not looking like an Indian store at all. The best part was the staff. They were extremely helpful. The way the presentation of the product was extremely good. And the best part was when I literally checked 10 plus products and the staff did not got irritated. And they were having different colors of shoes, different type of shoes. They were having sport shoes, they were having shoes in different type of feet, and that was extremely good experience for me, and I ended up buying also. Last, Snitch. So Snitch did a fine job. Nothing was there which was living up to the expectation. My expectation was a little high. Obviously, the brand has done 1,000 crore. So there was a good variety. Everything was good, but there was nothing crazy that I can say was crazy. One thing that's very important if you're opening an offline store. See, you get to get a feedback of your customers immediately. So in Bonkers, I asked many of their customers, are you here for the first time? And majority of them were for the first time. And I asked, why are you here? They said, I just want to see how the quality is. And they didn't buy. They just see the quality and they went off. That means that people actually want to see the quality and observe. Similarly, like what I did with Mokobara. And now they will be eventually converting on. And that's how the entire cycle is built. So Piyush sir told a very interesting fact once. He said, unless a customer won't be, wearing a specs, seeing the quality, seeing the variety, they were not able to sell. Lenskart also started as an online D2C for selling specs. They did entire 3D AI try-ons, everything, all technology they could have bring in to make sure that customer feel comfort while wearing the product. But still, they were not able to crack the revenue. And that revenue got cracked the moment they started rolling out their offline stores. And while working with Highlander and TAGC, very interesting thing we have observed, in whichever city your store lies, in that given city, the conversion rate online also increases. I'll tell you why. Because a lot of people start coming to those stores, see the quality, see the products, and they have a recall value more than other city people. Due to which, whenever ad comes to them, the conversion tends to be more. And brands like Fredo are not opening an offline store, they're opening an offline experience store where nobody can buy anything. They can only see, feel the product, touch and feel, and understand how good the product is. And trust me guys, this is one of the strongest strategies out there. And I have been a customer myself. I purchased Mokobara after 2 years of performance marketing. They were showing me ads continuously from 2 years and I was not buying from them. And I would not have bought from them अगर मैं उस दिन उनके offline store के अंदर ना जाता. I went to their offline store, I saw the product and I saw that whether it is valued for 8,000 or not. And I just loved the product and I converted on the spot. And that was an exact moment that ROI of the brand actually improved. So a lot of businesses taking the ROAS only on the online level. See, it's a game of distribution, guys. Till as a marketer or a brand owner, जब तक आप सिर्फ Meta का spend, Meta का revenue देखोगे, the ROI will not make sense. But when you start distribution omni-channel, maybe on the marketplaces, offline, online, quick commerce, that is where the real game starts. And that is where your ROI actually starts improving as a whole business level. I work with so many brands where we don't see just only Meta and Meta ROAS. What we do is we see Meta spends, Google spend, we see overall omni-channel sale, and then we make a decision whether we need to increase our spends or not. In Lenskart, of course, I cannot share that number, but online spends on ads plays a huge role in their offline sale. There was a certain X that eventually if they will be spending that amount of money online, which will be replicating to the offline sale 110%. We have tried pausing the ads in Lenskart and seeing कि offline कितना impact है और offline impact आता है. And I'll tell you a very strong reason why offline store plays an extremely crucial role. Because offline store sets the narrative of a brand. So for example, when I went to that Mokobara store, I was having a certain thought in my mind that this is how the store is going to be. It's going to be a little classy, a little quirky. The products are going to be pop out. They will be very trendy. And because of Diljit Dosanjh, I was having a certain imagery in my mind. When I entered the store, I had an exact same experience. They were pop-out colors. The store vibe was very, very good. The people which I was interacting to felt like that I'm talking to a Mokobara staff. And that was an experience I was expecting. And which solidified my narrative towards the brand even more. That was my experience. And actually, I feel if you're a small D2C brand not having that budget to open that store, I understand the best way to do this is kiosk. Open kiosk. Go to malls, open kiosk over there. Lenskart do it a lot. Still they do it even after having so many stores in India. Because unless people will not experience your product, they will not understand your narrative, the conversions won't happen in that scale that it actually should be. So yeah, if you're a brand and willing to scale to that number, do make sure you have an offline type of experiences along with your customer. Because one very important thing is you also get a strong feedback right away from your customers. Why are you buying and why are you not buying? So if you're a D2C brand, trust me guys, this is a way to go ahead. And a road to 1,000 crore is not easy. Of course, it takes a lot of time and efforts to build. And Snitch has done a great job. Good work, guys. And one very important factor that we still have not talked about on that whiteboard was Snitch X. They are working on their own quick commerce delivering the products within 60 minutes. That is like they're doing amazingly well in terms of distribution. So maybe we'll talk about a quick commerce in another video. But yeah, if you're a D2C brand wanting to scale, omnichannel is a way to go.